Hi guys, we're just gonna be watching some videos. Don't mind that, it's just a video that I've been watching, it's mine. What video should we watch? Ooh, it's up to him, he's really cool. What is this? Oh guys, what's this? It's by Lissy. Well, I'm not, just support the people that I'm talking about in this video, please. Because they really need support.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lissy. And today guys, we're going to be talking about some of the...
And guys, I'm going to be telling you guys, I may pause the video a little like I just did. Please don't get mad.
Most horrifying, terrifying, cursed, creepiest kid shows that have ever been designed or put onto the face of this earth. Because these shows should not have been ever designed, developed, or aired on television. Because they will give you nightmares. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Lissy. I post videos about the strange, the unusual, the creepy, and the haunted. And you guys should subscribe so that you guys never miss out on a single video. And also smash a like if you guys are excited for today's video and agree that this character on the screen is terrifying.
Yeah.
So basically, like I said, we're going to be looking at some of the worst, scariest kid shows that were ever designed and some lost tapes from TV shows that somehow were aired and then taken off TV because they were so scary. And the tapes for these kid shows were lost, but some of them might have been found. The tea is hot, brace yourself, and let's get talking about this. So the first kid show we're going to be talking about that was aired on TV was a show called Jigsaw. Jigsaw was a British television series that came out in the 70s. Jigsaw is a BBC show aimed at children between the ages of 4 and 7 years old. Yes, you heard me, 4 and 7. Why did it look like this?
I
It was
don't
trying to
know.
appeal to such a young
That
audience.
is
Beats
really
me, I wish I
creepy.
knew too. It combined elements of puzzle solving and entertainment that the kids, when they watched the show, they were supposed to help solve the puzzles and be entertained by the brainstorming of the show. Like, it was all just a puzzle solving show, I guess. It was broadcasted from the 16th of July in 1979 until June 15th of 1984 until it was completely cut off air because it was scaring people. Parents and children were horrified of one specific element of the show, if you guys haven't already guessed, and that was Mr. freaking Nosybonk. Mr. Nosybonk. What kind of name is Mr. Nosybonk? Like, in the first place. This was possibly the most horrifying character I've ever seen. He wore a dinner suit with a huge white mask, and during episodes of the show, Mr. Nosybonk was often seen giving clues while acting like a mime, only doing hand gestures and saying nothing while he tried to help kids that are watching the show or in the show solve the puzzles by just doing a bunch of weird hand motions and gestures without saying anything. He was extremely quiet, which of course added to the awkwardness and creepiness of this character and the show. A lot of people found this character to be extremely unsettling, and a lot of children were horrified of this show, just let alone because of Mr. Nosybonk. And honestly, I cannot blame them one single freaking bit, because this thing is gonna give me nightmares. And ever since he has returned onto the internet, a bunch of horror sketches have even been made about Mr. Nosybonk, and he's even been created into creepypastas all over the internet. And even more concerning was that some of the fan art was made into a Tumblr page called Sexy Man Mr. Nosybonk, where people fetishize this character. Don't ask me why. I don't know what they were. That's concerning to me because this character is freaking creepy.
He's hot.
No, he's not. Also, I want to mention that apparently in the show, Mr. Nosybonk had some mental issues and some very serious anger problems. Mr. Nosybonk was alright and content with humanity and humility until Mr. Bean was released by his UFO in 1990 on the popular streets of London. That was when he became completely obsessed with Mr. Bean due to his schizophrenia after taking his anti-health pills by a mysterious Dixmoor scientist, and it went untreated, resulting in his sight to shatter like a window, and he spiraled into complete madness, which doesn't even make sense. This show became so unsettling it was actually pulled off television, and the tapes were supposedly lost. Since it was scaring so many kids and parents, it had to stop being aired. However, there has been some leaks of the tapes that have been put onto YouTube, and they're really creepy, so I don't recommend checking them out. So that's the tea about Mr. Nosybonk. That show is very creepy.
Guys.
So the
You wanna
next
watch
horrifying
Mr.
kid show that
Nosy
we're going to
Bro?
be covering is called Peppermint Park.
really- what
Peppermint
the
Park
heck?
is a direct-to-video children's show consisting of 6 volumes released in 1987 and 1988 on VHS. The show is a mixture of live action, animation, and puppets. My favorite. We love creepy puppets. Characters included Ernie, who sang a song about the letter M, Snorky, a reptile who's often oblivious to his surrounding and lacks common sense, Maynard, an elderly old man who laminates over his wasted youth, and Piggy, a pig with a big appetite whose voice was similar to that of Kermit the Frog. Many of the show's elements seem to have been copied from Sesame Street. It really feels like they got a lot of inspiration just from Sesame Street with their show. They're basically like a Walmart version of Sesame Street.
Boys and girls, here's something you can do when you can't go to the park. Or maybe your friends can't come over to play.
One of the main characters named Ernie was a giant, horrifying puppet who would try to scare the children as they watched the show. Well, he did scare the children. Like, the way that he looked and the way that he sang, it was creepy.
What?
He would sing unsettling songs and attempt to teach the children and or viewers about the alphabet or other useful things in life. His voice was also ridiculous. I just want to point that out. I don't know why they, casted whoever they did to play the voice of this puppet, but the voice just was not it. Also, I just want to mention that this puppet was bigger than the size of an average adult human. Yeah, take that in. This puppet is freaking huge. Why is he so big? I really don't know, and I didn't want to know, but he was a big, big boy. I'm not sure who thought this show was a good idea or who thought that children are going to sit on the screen and watch this puppet sing about the letter M.
It's such a great letter. Just think of all the words that start with M. It's marvelous.
But definitely not me, especially if I'm a kid. That's the last thing I want to be watching. So the next show that we're going to be talking about is called Mully Grubs. Mully Grubs was an Australian TV show for preschoolers featuring storytelling, music, puppets, and a animated face. It was actually mostly remembered just for the single face that was aired on this TV show because parents and kids that watch the show remember this face so vividly from actually traumatizing them as a child when they put this show on TV. The face was literally just eyebrows, eyes, huge eyelashes that looked like they were about to fly away, bigger than mine, a mouth, and that was pretty much it. There was no actual facial it was just a floating face with a blue backdrop, and it scared the heck out of kids and parents that were watching the show because the show would be completely normal and all of a sudden you just see a blue screen with a floating face appear and start talking. She was horrifying. Don't want to know her.
Did you see the kangaroos? They have tiny front paws and big back legs.
Also, there was a weird theory about this face. Apparently, people didn't know who played the role of the face. It was hidden for a long, long time, and people were starting to get concerned, especially parents that were letting their kids watch the show were what are they trying to hide? People thought they were trying to hide the identity. Basically, they thought the director was trying to hide who's playing the role of the face, and that's why they didn't want to reveal her or whoever was playing the role for some mysterious reason. Until a few years ago when she finally came out and she revealed that she was the scary blue green screen face lady. And I don't know why they were hiding it for all these years. It was like they were trying to keep something from us. Or that she, didn't want to be accused
Is
of being
it
the scary
creepy?
face lady with the green
Put it
screen
in
scaring
the
everybody's
comment.
children. Anyways, moving along, we're going to be talking about the next show. So the next creepy show was called the Pops Program. Pops Program is a children's television program which
What
was
year?
broadcasted in the United Kingdom on Channel 4. The program is presented by a puppet named Pob, played by the puppeteer Robin Stevens, who speaks with a speech impediment and who supposedly lives inside of the viewer's television. So yes, this puppet that you see on the screen was supposed to live inside of your TV. Pob spoke Welsh, and supposedly the concept to him was that he was supposed to live within or inside, like I said, the viewer's television. As you guys could already guess or assume, some children did actually believe and began to panic that Pob, the puppet, really did live inside of their television. So much so that some kids would start to get scared in the morning when they were having their cereal, when they put this show on, that Pob was just going to straight up burst through their television and appear in their living room. And so much so that some of them were so attached to the show that their parents would try to turn it off, and the kids would start hysterically crying, "No, don't turn it off, Pob, was gonna die because they thought if you turned off the television show that this puppet named Pob, who was living inside their television, would actually die if they turned the show off, which became very problematic for a lot of parents, of course. As you know, that would not end well. Pob was supposed to be a goblin baby, and he wore a pink and yellow striped jumper, and so many kids began to worry about the factor and the fear that he lived inside of the television. They really did began thinking that it was real, and of course, that show didn't end up lasting very long because of the fear it was put in the children's minds and imaginations. So, yeah, that's kind of a good thing though, because Pop is really, really ugly, so I wouldn't want him popping out of my TV either. And last but not least, the last children's show that we're going to be spilling some tea on is called Donkey, Morso, and Moru. Never heard of it until I found it today. And it was creepy, so I want to share it with you guys. This is a Finnish kids show that ran from 1999 to 2001.
Guys,
and it wouldn't have made my list if it weren't for one character specifically, and that character is Morso. I hope I said his name right. It was based on a children's book, and the story tells of a donkey overcoming his fear of Morso with the help of his friend Moru. It's easy to see why Donkey was scared of Morso, if you couldn't already tell. This puppet of a sheep was freaking horrifying. It also didn't help that Morso had a tendency to pop up from behind fences or peer in windows like a literal creeper during the show. These puppets had an unsettling human-like face molded.
Oh, where's that some fun pizzeria?
Now with on Disney Plus, your favorites are in one place.
On Disney Plus.
What's the lowest rated Five Nights at Freddy's action figures? Well, in today's video, I bought the lowest rated Five Nights at Freddy's action figures.
Please support
with the
these
twist
people.
that I have to give them a 5-star review, no matter how bad they are. So let's get right into it.
Wait, huh?
Oh man, so we have a ton of absolutely awful Five Nights at Freddy's figures to take a look at in this video. Some are gonna be really hard to give a 5-star review. So Shadow Freddy, could you go ahead and teleport us the very first FNAF figure? Thank you so much. It's just a gray bag. Action figure set, boys, girls, kids, adults, new. All right, this thing's already gonna be awful. What kind of figures are even inside of here? Oh my god. Are you kidding me? This is what we're looking at first? These? Oh my gosh! Ew! Alright, let's check out the 1-star reviews on this thing first. 1 gives 0 stars if I could. These figures are horribly made. Arms, legs, head, etc. And fall off and disconnect.
Wait, no
Today,
one.
I'm building a FNAF
Oh, yeah,
secret
what's
room
wrong?
inside my house. Because I'm always being interrupted when I'm trying to play FNAF or eat my FNAF snacks. So, can I make a secret room so good that no one ever finds me? Let's find out.
You guys.
So
Support
before we can
Rishi,
even
support
start making our
Progo,
FNAF secret room,
support
we have to
everyone we
clean
want
out
to
the
listen
entire
to.
closet
There's
first so
gonna
we
be
can
one
turn it
tomorrow.
into our FNAF secret room. I mean, look at this. It's just full of a bunch of crap. Look, I
Oh,
can't
God.
fit in here. I can't even walk in here. I can't. Oh, no, I can't. I can put 1 foot in. Wow, it's breaking. I have so many FNAF plushies in my closet. The doors are literally gonna break off. Like, I'm being serious. Do you see how many FNAF plushies are in here? I can't build
Oh my
anything
God.
in here. There's way too much stuff. So we need to clean out this closet first. So let's clean it out and turn it into our FNAF secret room.
Oh,
So
sweet.
our FNAF
Oh.
secret room is all emptied out
Sweet.
and ready to be decorated. I mean, just look at this. Completely empty.
Oh, sweet.
So much FNAF stuff I had to take out of my closet to turn it into a secret room. I mean, look at this, a mountain of plushies. There's so much stuff. There is so much FNAF stuff. So, look at all this empty room. I can walk in here now. Whoa, there's a broken light system. So I'm gonna need to fix this so we can have lighting in our FNAF secret room. We have a whole giant shelf up here that we can use so much space for. We have this whole area. Maybe we could set up a little TV down there, a nice Nintendo Switch. We could put a nice, like, beanbag chair over there, get some yummy FNAF
Guys,
snacks, and then
put
we can decorate this with a ton of different FNAF merchandise.
Oh my god. Wait, is this Fat Bell for Wiggy? Wiggy versus Sam?
Does standing up straight really matter? Have you ever heard, is time travel possible? Theoretically, yes. Ricky's birthday is today.
Yep, I was born on this day back in 2000.
And today last year was also the Ricky's full criminal record? That's right. Today we'll be looking at all of his crimes, including stealing, killing, vandalism.
And wait a minute, it's Cyber Legends here. And remember to obliterate that subscribe button, otherwise you may
Yeah,
miss out on
guys,
future
support
videos.
him.
Subscribing is completely free and you can always change your mind later. Hey Sans, what are you watching? Whoa! Huh. That was weird. Oh well, it's probably nothing. Anyways, back to eating this delicious table.
What? Are you gonna get up and get a snack real quick? Yeah, we're still gonna be recording. Some space movie. Hey. Yeah. Got the chance. I'm not living a room, so. What's this? I'm gonna kill again. Did you just run him?
You call? Where are we headed? Huh? No, I wanted to be in this episode.
Oh god.
Wait a minute, it's Cyber Legends here. And remember to obliterate that subscribe button, otherwise you may miss out on future videos. Subscribing is completely free and you can always change your mind later.
These are Roblox games that contain tragic stories within them, starting with Rainbow Friends. It's still one of the biggest Roblox games of all time, but how did it come to be? What is the true story of the Rainbow Friends? Well, many people believe that it's based off of this old live-action puppet show known as Rainbow. The show aired between 1972 and 1992, and not gonna lie, looking at that orange character, I do kind of get some blue vibes from him. He's just missing his crown.
Well, couldn't we have the spaghetti now, Jeffrey? I don't mind on eating it cold.
I don't know if Blue would really sound like that, though. I believe that Rainbow Friends is a mixture of the 90s show The Teletubbies and Poppy's Playtime, a game about all these mascot-looking characters that actually come to life and attacking humans that dare enter their theme park. Again, very similar to Rainbow Friends, but also very similar to another popular game, also found on Roblox, Five Nights at Freddy's. The game where you work at a pizzeria and must prevent Freddy and the other animatronics from eating you, because they do actually attack anybody that enters the Freddy Pizzeria shop at nighttime. And more than likely, Rainbow Friends does take heavy inspiration off of Five Nights at Freddy's, but now the question is, are both of these games based on a real tragic story? Well, 10 years ago, there was a post by MatPat, aka Game Theory, who discovered a real-life incident at a Chuck E. Cheese in the year 1993. The story goes is that there was 5 employees working at the Chuck E. Cheese cleaning up the restaurant after hours when they didn't realize there was a 6th person inside the building just hiding and waiting for the pizzeria restaurant to close. Once it did, he ended up taking out 4 of the employees with the other one severely injured. Turns out this person was actually fired from the restaurant over the summer and took out his anger on these employees, and thankfully he was arrested shortly after this horrifying event. And MatPat ended up connecting these 5 victims with the mascots found in Five Nights at Freddy's. Not only that, but Scott Games, Scott's the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, ended up retweeting the theory of MatPat and therefore convinced a lot of people believing MatPat's theory that this whole incident was actually the basis of Five Nights at Freddy's. But later on it was revealed that no, it was actually disproven many times in the past. This incident did in fact happen, but it had nothing to do with the creation of Five Nights at Freddy's. The actual story is somewhat still dark. See, the creator of Five Nights at Freddy's, Scott Cawthon, before he created all these horror games, he wanted to create Christian video games, all of them being very family friendly. And so in the year 2013, he submitted a game to Steam called Chipper and Sons Lumber Co. This is that game. Now, the game isn't really visually interesting, and it seems to be a pretty simple concept. And when people started reviewing the game, they started making fun of the game, specifically the characters, calling it unintentionally creepy and resembled scary animatronics. Essentially saying that all these characters gave them an uncanny valley feeling. Now, because of the negative reviews, and also because at this point Scott was broke at the time, he did enter a dark point in his life. He is quoted as asking God to use him somehow, and that's when he took inspiration from all those reviews calling his characters scary and decided to make a scary horror game known as Five Nights at Freddy's. And that's how this entire franchise came to be, because of the whole Christian game series that ended up bombing for him. But this next story is even darker.
Yeah.
Now what you just saw there was a clip from the Roblox game known as Centaura. It's a very popular war game, but it's not your average telling of war. This one is a lot grimmer and a lot darker.
I'm scared, Doc. So am I.
The game isn't your typical Call of Duty where you're doing no scopes and everything isn't serious. No, in the game Centaura, when your character dies, you hear them die. See, what makes this game special is that it's trying to show the actual horrors of war instead of glorifying it. The game is set in a fictional world, but it has a lot of elements of World War I. And that girl that I showed you in the beginning, she's found in one of these maps called Blackton, where it seems to be a destroyed village that once inhabited people that unfortunately are all dead, except for a few survivors like the girl right here. Now, yes, obviously she is fearing for her life. The game used to actually give her lore, and she does actually have a name. She is Sandra, and her story is that she is captured by a Corvin soldier, one of the factions in this game. And I'm not going to say the full thing of what happens, but they unfortunately do kill her, and the soldier ends up taking her head and saying, "Here's my offering. Help me purify the land they have taken from you." Yeah, this is him offering Sandra's head as a sacrifice to the Corvin god. This statement was found in a document about this game that was later deleted. But yeah, that's not the only sad thing found in Centaura. There's also this couple where this guy is mourning over the death of his wife. I did also find this other video on TikTok which showcased a soldier in his last moments, which then cuts to another soldier informing his mom of her son's passing. I couldn't find the cutscene anywhere else, so I'm not sure if this was fan-made or actually somewhere in this game. But that's not the only sad truth found in Roblox, because we also have this game called Feelings that unfortunately depicts a dark tale of the creator themselves known as Jenny Feelings. So when you join in the game, you realize it's actually a story. My name is Jenny, and these are my feelings. And yeah, over there we have Jenny crying in her room. And again, this is actually a real story about a real person called Jenny. You pretty much walk through the game and you realize she was being made fun of, being called a loser, a waste of space, and honestly gonna have to censor some of these words on here. And even at home, when she tried to ask for help, they never actually listened to her, making her honestly feel isolated. So she decided to make this whole game to just kind of vent off her feelings, saying things that she just wants to be normal, she just wants to be loved, she just wants someone to like her for who she is.
I'm gonna
And
end
this
the video
understatement
here.
that I can't say on
Bye,
here.
guys.
The game was made in 2017.